insight on what your thoughts are as far as what may be a good film, or I know you're kind of biased here, but as far as seeing the big picture that you recommend?
Right. I think Loose Change American Coup, the last one, is particularly well done. A broad overview of the events of 9/11, beginning with a series of the history of false flag operations. How many of you have no idea what I'm saying when I say false flag operation? This is extremely important to understand. Every war, almost, in a history of war, has been started with a false flag operation, where one country attacks its own people, blames it on another country with planted evidence, and then goes and attacks them and starts a war. The Gulf of Tonkin incident never happened, according to Robert McNamara, Secretary of State at the time. It was a false flag attack. A PT boat, a destroyer, was theoretically attacked by a torpedo, which was found to never having existed. And we lost 58,000 soldiers in that war and killed X millions of Vietnamese. The World War I was started with the sinking of the Lusitania, which research documents, those who have looked at this, have clearly shown that it was set up in order to manipulate the American people into going to war. Same thing with the Spanish-American War, with the damage to the Maine, sinking of the Maine. And this is, even in John Kennedy's time, the Joint Chiefs of Staff brought to him a plan to hijack an airliner and blame it on Cuba and invade Cuba. He said no, and he was murdered shortly after that. These things are a precedent for what we're seeing with 9/11. And it's not out of the blue. This is the way corrupt people in governments start wars for the benefit of major military arms industrial complexes, which President Eisenhower warned us about very specifically on his way out. So this is the kind of education you can get from a film like Loose Change.